Hi there, welcome to an ordinary review with PJ. Today I'm going to talk about a web series that completely engrossed me from the first minute of the first episode to the last minute of the last episode. It's an 8-episode series available on Amazon Prime called Dahaad, which means roar in English. The series is directed by Rima Kakti and produced by Zoya Akhtar. Now, when these two people are involved, you know that you're in safe hands. The last time I saw a movie that both of them were involved was Talash, and that's one of my favorite movies. So Rima Kakti is a fabulous filmmaker. The way she presents the story will keep you engrossed through and through. This is a series about a cat and mouse game between a serial killer and the cops. But it is much more than that. It is not just about what is happening from the perspective of the serial killer and the cops. It is about the social environment around it, and the nuances that is brought out in that social environment is making it very intriguing. There are aspects around caste discrimination. There are aspects around discrimination for towards women. It's about the social nature of how there is so much pressure in rural India to get girls married, and the families do not have that kind of wealth to marry their daughters, are struggling to get them married. So when they actually elope with some stranger to get married, the families actually feel relief. Instead of being worried that what's happening to their girl and where has they disappeared, they actually feel relieved that she went away and now she's on her own and the burden is off them. But then this story is far more gruesome than that. It's not just about the girls eloping, it's about they getting killed and scores of bodies being found in bathrooms all over the state. And that is when the cops are now trying to figure out what's happening to these girls. So that's the central piece of the story. The other elements that actually intrigue you here is the love jihad angle as to how the cops are actually trying to save innocent lives getting killed, because the local politicians are drumming up this entire love jihad angle, even though both the girl and the boy from different communities are escaping to get married on their own will. So that angle is brought out very nicely. Then there is this angle of caste discrimination when Sonakshi Sinha, who plays the inspector, so while she's a woman, that itself is a discrimination, but she's from the lower caste. So whenever she walks into the police station, there's a constable in another room who always lights up incense sticks to kind of ward off the evil that he thinks because of this lower caste person walking by. So there are these subtle signs that will actually keep you very engrossed as to how the social environment plays in the environment of how cops and people live there, and it leads to all kind of situations and crimes that happen. Now, the central theme of this series is about serial killing, and Vijay Verma is shown as this nice, gentle-looking professor who teaches Hindi to students in the college, in the girls' college. At the same time, he has a van where he calls it a mobile library. He goes around to different villages and teaches moral lessons to kids. But while that's a facade that he brings to everyone else as this nice gentleman who's actually doing good for the community, behind that facade is a very, very dangerous man who actually weaves a very intricate web of trapping girls from poor community, poor families, and promising them marriage, asking them to elope with all the valuables that they have at home, and then later on killing them. So that's the essence of the story around how these girls are found dead after they escape. And the cops are puzzled. Initially, they have no idea what's happening. Initially, in fact, they don't even register the complaints because they think that the girls are eloping on their own and they can't do much. But when the bodies start lining up is when they start getting into the details to figure out what is happening. And later, when they do come to know that Vijay Verma is actually behind it, how he escapes, how he is a step ahead of their game all the time in terms of the way that he has planned the whole thing out, how he actually goes to another part of the country, resettles himself, entraps another woman, starts living as a family there, and then gets back to his own methods of serial killing. Makes it very, very interesting. Now, the later part of the series, the last 2 episodes, when he actually moves into Goa and tries to replicate the the killing that he does there, is actually loosely based on a real life case of a serial killer called Cyanide Mohan, who was in Mangalore. And the modus operandi that he used to follow was that he used to actually trap lonely women, single women in big cities. He used to actually accost them at the bus stop, get friendly with them, and then over time will promise marriage to them, invite them to the hotel, abuse them and then kill them. So that is the, that's the modus operandi that's shown towards the later part of the series. Now, very, very engrossing in my view. Performances wise, everybody's top notch, but the real deal is Sonakshi Sinha. She plays this tough police inspector who is not only fighting against the discrimination because she's a woman, but because she's from a lower caste, but then she toughs it out. And how she's hell-bent on going after and figuring out what's happening to these girls, and she wants to catch the killer. And that performance is top-notch. She's very, very suited in this role. She looks, the cop to the T, and her performance is absolutely mind-blowing. She has to speak in a very difficult language, the Rajasthani dialect, and she doesn't slip a bit. I think she's done a fabulous job. Very, very well supported, ably supported on the other side by Vijay Verma, who acts as this nice, simple-looking guy, but the sinister personality that he has behind it is absolutely engrossing. So he's equally good. And they are well supported by two other actors who have done their parts very well. Gulshan Devaya, he acts as Sonakshi Sinha's boss, and how he is a do-good cop who doesn't want the corruption to affect him. How he takes the pressure from his bosses, but at the same time protects his workforce. How he tries to do the right thing to save innocent lives from getting killed just because the politicians are trying to find scapegoats for the love jihad angle. Very, very well done. Gulshan Devaya, he's an understated role. At times you feel that his potential is not fully exploited, but I think he's done his understated role very well. And Soham Shah, he's shown as this conflicted inspector who doesn't want a baby because he feels that today's world is not for the the baby to be brought in, and it is too harsh. And how he struggles to overcome that and transform himself from a corrupt inspector to a do-gooder in the end. I think well performed by him. Overall, I would say if you love thrillers but at the same time with intense drama, then this is a very, very good series to see. Dahaad on Amazon Prime. If you have not seen it, do check it out. If you have seen it, I'm sure you will enjoy it thoroughly. So Dahaad, check it out. Thank you for watching my reviews. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I need many, many more subscribers, so please do keep sharing with your friends and family and ask them to subscribe. I am going to bring many interesting reviews for all of you. So do keep watching. Please continue to share your love with me. Thank you and bye-bye.